So it is that time again. It is Amazon Prime Day deals time. Now, before anyone says anything, I got up at 5 a.m. to make this video and I didn't see the giant spike of hair sticking out the side. So yes, I'm having a bad hair day in this video, but it doesn't matter, ignore it. So I hope you got your money ready, because this is always the time that us gearheads, we tend to buy a lot of gear, and for good reason, because it's on sale. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to go over today, a whole list of things. Every piece of gear that we're talking about today are things that I use almost on a daily basis, or things that I have videos about that I still recommend to this day. Now I am going to have links down below. I understand that a lot of these videos come across as money grabs, so I'll leave affiliate links, but I'll also leave non-affiliate links. So if you're interested in the gear but you don't want to support the channel, you know, if you're worried about that kind of thing, that's totally fine. Use whichever one you would like to do. First things first, let's get the big stuff out of the way, and that is cameras. Camera deals at the moment, especially as someone who primarily shoots on Sony and Nikon, there's really not much that I think is actually worth it right now. The only one that I feel like I can really recommend looking into is the Sony FX30. This camera is the camera that I've used for almost all of my YouTube videos. It is top notch. I love having the XLR inputs. The body is great, the image is great, the lens mount is always good. It's an excellent camera. And it is currently on sale for $1,800. It's usually at about $2,100. But it's down to 18, which I think is pretty close to the launch price. But again, with tariffs, everything is increased. And on Prime Day, they've just brought it back down about $100. So I mean, a lot of the other Sony cameras are on sale, so you could look into those. But honestly, currently, I just cannot recommend buying any of the current Sony cameras brand new. If you're looking to saving money and you want to get a Sony camera, look used. But the FX30 is a fantastic camera, and again, at $1,800, I think it is a really, really good price. I think it is probably one of the highest image quality and feature-packed cameras for the money that you can get. I understand that it's APS-C and everybody freaks out about APS-C, but APS-C is great, so sue me. All right, moving on from cameras. Again, that's the only one that I'm really going to go over today, because it's the only one that I have that I think I could recommend. Let's just talk about some little things that are always nice to have, and that is storage. That is the main thing that I always purchase when it comes to Amazon Prime Day deals, is storage, and loads of things are on sale right now. So I would highly recommend picking up some SD cards. The two SD cards that I like to use are SanDisk and Lexar. I would highly recommend looking into getting some SD cards, whichever ones you need. If you need a V90 card, the SanDisk 128GB V90 card is usually $270 and it's down to $170. So that's a big discount there. That's the 256GB version for the V90 card. So if you have a faster camera, a more hungry camera, and you need V90s, that's probably the best one to go for. If you're looking at V60s, which is mostly what I buy, because most of the cameras that I have and talk about run on V60, no problem. I really like the Lexar 128GB 2-packs that you can get. They are normally $80 and it's down to $50 right now. So $50 for two SD cards that are V60 speeds, I think is fantastic. So I'd highly recommend looking into those. Another great thing to purchase right now is just hard drives. My top recommendation is actually a Ugreen enclosure for M.2 drives. So if you're looking at editing or just fast storage, an M.2 drive is the way to go. The Ugreen enclosure is usually $35, it's down to $25, and a lot of the sort of the classic WD Black and the Samsung M.2 drives are on sale as well, so you can get some really fast media. This is 20 gigabits per second for pennies compared to what you normally get. Now, the only problem with those ones is you do have to put them together yourself, and you have to take the drive and install it into the enclosure. So if you don't want to do that, then I'd recommend looking into the Samsung T7 drives. Those are just great, the Samsung T7s, so I'd highly recommend looking at one of those. They're currently on sale from $190 down to $150. So the Samsung T5, T7s, T9s, they're great. Highly recommend those. They're just going to be a little bit more expensive for what you're getting compared to what you can get with M.2s, but less work is involved. So I'd highly recommend picking up some media. Thirdly, let's talk about audio. No video is complete without audio, and I have to say I have been really impressed by some of these deals at the moment. The main ones being by Hollyland. Hollyland's deals right now are kind of ridiculous. So everything you're listening to right now are on probably my new favorite microphone. Which is saying a lot considering what we're about to talk about later, which are some more premium microphones that I have. But I'm currently using the Hollyland Lark Max 2, which is a $280 wireless mic set. Now that's the full set. It comes with a whole bunch of stuff. You got like this little case here, which is nice. And you've got everything you could possibly need. I've got lav mics in here. You've got the classic kit, which has the receiver. You got a little adapter for your phone. It's got 2 transmitters. It's got little earbuds, so you can like wirelessly monitor your audio. And the thing that has impressed me most about these microphones is the audio quality. I think the sound of this mic is spectacular. So like usually I use a really expensive microphone, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. Going from that to this, the audio quality is not that different. So I am going to make a comparison video down the line about these ones, because I think these are just the best sounding wireless mics that I've ever heard. Yes, it has all the other features. It's got the wireless earbuds. It's got all of those kinds of things. I don't even use any of those. I'm not even using the transmitter. I'm just recording 32-bit float straight into this, and I'll just plug it into my computer afterwards and sync up the audio, and it works great. I actually think I recommend these specific ones over all of the other options, DJI or Rode or anything. Not because of the feature set, but just because of the sound of the mic on this. Most people don't tend to hook these up to external microphones like they probably should. They tend to just hold them. And I think that this is the best sounding wireless microphone on the market today. You can let me know what you think about the audio in the comments below, but this is my top recommendation. If this is still too expensive for you, and the more budget options, the Lark M2S and the M2s are both on sale for under $100 right now. So I'd highly recommend picking up some of those if you're looking for a more budget option. Again, I've got full videos about those on the channel, so feel free to check those out, but I'd highly recommend those. They're spectacular. Now, again, back to the Lark Max 2. If you don't want the wireless earbuds and all of the other stuff that it comes with, which honestly, I've never used, they are cool, but I've never used them, then you can get this whole set for $200, $199, so under 200 bucks, which I think is a phenomenal deal. So I definitely recommend picking up some of these. Now, when it comes to professional mics, there are 2 main microphones that I use. One of them is this, the Shure SM7B. Again, I've got a full video about this on the channel. It's an old microphone, but it's just so good. It just still works. I love the sound, the image of it, the look of it on camera is iconic. That's why loads of people use it. And it is currently on sale from $440 down to $380. So that's 60 bucks off, which I think is great. I wouldn't recommend buying this microphone used because there are fakes everywhere and they sound terrible. Again, I'll show you a comparison of that in my dedicated video about these, so do check those out. I'm going to try and fly through these as quickly as I can. And the last one is actually my favorite shotgun microphone. Now, this channel has always been about budget gear. This is not a budget piece of gear. This is the Sennheiser MKH416, and it is a $1,000 microphone. Very expensive, but it is my workhorse. This is my favorite combo, the FX30 and the Sennheiser MKH416. These go together super, super well, and I love the audio out of this microphone. I get quite a lot of compliments about my audio when I use this microphone in my videos as a shotgun mic. It is usually $1,000, but it's down to $840 right now, which I think is pretty good. But again, this is a serious amount of money for a microphone. But if you are looking at getting a really, really high quality shotgun mic that you can use for a lot of different things, if you're doing any sort of interviews, any sort of talking head shots, having a really high quality shotgun mic is great. Again, this is an older microphone, but it is like a tank. This thing will last you a lifetime and it's been worth every penny to me. I think I spent about $900 on mine. So yeah, a lot of money, I understand, but it is spectacular. But if it's out of your price range, that's totally fine. There's a lot of really good other options out there. So figured I'd mention it anyway because it's one of my favorite pieces of gear and it's on sale. Next up, let's talk about tripods. So I've got 2 tripods here. Both of these are by SmallRig, and these are my go-tos, my favorites. They're a little bit different for different purposes, but they're great, and they're both at 2 different price points. Firstly, the more budget option is this. This is the AD01 by SmallRig. Great little tripod. I've used these for 3-4 years now, and I've got 2 of them. So one is you're on right now, and one of them is right here, and they've been great. Haven't had any issues. They're old, and I've used them a lot, so they've held up really well over time. They are normally $142.64, really random number. They're on sale for $111. So I think this is really good. Like if you're looking for a really cheap budget video style tripod, this is my top recommendation. But if your budget is a little bit higher and you're looking at something a little bit more professional, then this new one by SmallRig, the Tribex SE, which is the more budget version of the full Tribex, is also on sale. So it is normally $400. Yeah, $400, and it's currently down to $320. So $80 off. What is that? 20% off of this. This is a really, really lovely tripod. If you do any sort of weddings or events or you know, run and gun style stuff, this is so quick and so easy. In my review about it, I wasn't 100% certain about it to start with because, you know, I was kind of new to it. It's $400, which isn't cheap, but it's also not all that expensive. It's kind of in a weird middle zone. But since then, I mean, I've used this all the time and I absolutely love it. So I think this is worth every penny, especially at 320 bucks. Again, full review on the channel. My only complaint with this tripod is the maximum height that it reaches. It's not super tall, but other than that, I think it works great. Now, lastly, this isn't actually a tripod, but if you don't have a C-stand, get a C-stand. Newer makes a C-stand that is usually about $100, and it's normally $100, and it's 20% off for 80 bucks right now, so I'd highly recommend. If you don't own a C-stand, they are so handy. I'm using one right now. I got my light on one, and it's on wheels, and I love this thing. Like, once you get a C-stand, I know C-stands aren't exciting things to purchase, but man, they just make so much difference in life. So I'd highly recommend picking up a good C-stand. This one by Newer, it doesn't come with any sandbags, so you'll probably need to get a sandbag, but for $80, getting a decent C-stand, can't go wrong. Next up, let's talk about lighting. There's a lot of lighting gear on sale right now. I'm actually just going to talk about two, and they're my personal favorites. So first off is the thing giving me this blue line right here. The flashlight, 10-watt flashlight by SmallRig, is normally $52, but it's on sale for $40. And it is awesome. I love that thing. It is currently sort of mounted on this shelf over here and is casting that light over there. Normally to do this, you need like a snoot and a gobo, and those are hundreds of dollars. So the fact that you can get this for just $40 right now, and you can change the sort of filter in and out, so it doesn't have to be a straight line. It could be a window, it could be whatever. You can change the color of it, all that kind of stuff. I highly recommend this. This thing is super, super helpful for any sort of top-down shots, for any sort of accent walls, whatever it is you're wanting to do. These things are incredibly handy. So, I mean, I've ordered 2 more of them today, like just this morning. So they're definitely worth getting in my opinion. And secondly is my key light. So let me see the price here. My key light is the Newer HB80C. Again, I've got a full video about this light. It's just great. I just really like the light quality that comes out of it, and I think for the money, it's a really good option. It's $190, but it's down to $143 right now. Now, this one does go on sale a lot. I've seen it at $140 multiple times, so I wouldn't say that this is like, you know, you have to buy it right now. If you're looking for a key light and you need one today, then this is a great option. But if you want to get one down the line, this one will go on sale again. It's frequently this price, so, you know, I wouldn't worry too much. But just wanted to say that this is my key light. It's been my favorite light for a long time. It has everything that you could possibly need. It's not the brightest light in the world, 80 watts. You know, it could be a lot brighter, but for studio work, for talking heads, this is more than bright enough. I think I have it at what? It's at 30% right now. And there's plenty. Last thing I want to talk about is camera rigging. If you've been wanting to like rig out your camera, this is the time to do it. If you like this rig in particular, I'll leave a link. This whole thing cost me $500. You can build a rig for pretty cheap already, and everything's on sale right now. Like everything that SmallRig makes and everything that Newer makes is on sale. Like maybe not absolutely everything, but the majority of things are on sale. So if you are wanting to build a rig for your camera, I would highly recommend doing it right now because there are so many pieces on sale. When you build up a cinema rig, it's lots and lots of little parts and they add up pretty quick. So I would highly recommend, if you're going to build a rig, now is the time to do it because you can save a ton of money. It really does add up. And if you want to know how to build a really nice rig, I've got an entire playlist of how to build rigs. Some of them are universal, some of them are for specific cameras, but you can check those out in one of the corners and it'll be linked at the end of the video. So check that out. But that's all the stuff that I'm going to cover today. There's a lot of other videos out there covering other pieces of gear. These are the ones that I'm really passionate about and excited about, so I figured I would share them with you. If you want to pick any of them up, again, there are links in the description, affiliate and non-affiliate. Use whichever one you would prefer, and I appreciate all of you for doing so. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button, drop a comment, maybe even subscribe as we continue to build this channel. I appreciate you for doing so, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.